Hello, can I also acknowledge and pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet. Apologies that it's me up here. If you'd like to have a nana nap before the dinner tonight, now is the right time to do that. I'm feeling quite like a fraud. Everything I have to show you was done before my appointment to Balonne Council. I was coerced by Chris Birmingham, who assured me that you would be very interested in what I have to say. And after a phone call with Stephen Harris, who told me that he presented at his first QPLA conference and it was great and he could have kept talking for hours. That's not me. That's why, after being in my role of library coordinator for the Balonne Council for 8.5 months, I have other people doing the talk for me in this presentation. Most of what you will see in here has been stolen with permission from our Mayor, Project Manager and Country University Centre Manager. I think that was a minute of my time, so that's all good. A shout out also to Daniel and Ben, who have resolved some tech issues with my presentation. If it goes well, thank them. If it doesn't, then it's going to be really short. So there we go. Here we go. The presentation showcases what Balonne Council achieved prior to my first day on the job, which was unpacking boxes in our new library. It gives a glimpse into something a little unique to us also. There was a huge collaborative effort and process throughout the St George community with schools, community groups, local elders, businesses, library goers, general public and councillors all taking part. What did they need and want from a new library? That's the old one. The council successfully gained $5.5 million in federal funding. And there we have our new hub, which comprises the library and the Country University Centre. This is a little timeline from 2018 when discussions started taking place to where we are now, a little bit tricky to read. And if I just press go, will that?
And I'm standing today in our wonderful new facility we call the Hub. It's been a couple of years in the making, this Hub facility, where Council has worked collectively with our broader community to understand the needs and wants going into the future about what they wanted a library to look like. Our library is a collection of different spaces that we think is holistically representing our community. So we have a beautiful under fives area in the library. We obviously have traditional book stacks and places that people can do research. We have wonderful access to technology and virtual reality for our young people. We have a makerspace that allows kids to code and do all the STEM technology that they need to do at school. The unique thing about our library hub is that we have a Country University facility that's part of it.
Hi, I'm Alex, the Centre Manager for the Country University Centre Balonne. Country University Centre, also known as CEC Balonne, we share our space with the library. What the CEC Balonne is a dedicated study space that any university or vocational education training students can register for free to access from 5 a.m. till midnight, 7 days a week. So they've got access to computer workstations, high-speed internet, meeting rooms, quiet study spaces, kitchen and bathroom facilities. We are very unique in the sense that we are the smallest CEC that they have created into only a town of 2,500 people.
Welcome to our amazing facility. We've seen our memberships grow by over 100 in just over 8 weeks. All ages and interests are catered for, beginning with promoting our love of literature through State Library's First Five Forever program. We have a teen hangout space. We have access to 3D and plotter printers. Our interactive hub table is of particular interest to local history buffs and travellers alike. We have spaces to collaborate and host workshops with schools, local community groups, and of course, our Country University Centre. Here's just a few little snapshots of what our new building looks like. Our junior area. The honeycomb wall is very cool. Our CEO has likened it to a wine rack, which I think could be quite useful some days. It's just so user-friendly for a small community. We've had comments, from the kids, this is too good for us. We shouldn't be using this space, but we've been able to connect with school groups coming through. I think this is our South West Queensland Health has run a parent group in the library. We've had school groups. This was during Book Week. We linked into some online author events. This is my favourite. We had a book launch. Claire Fletcher came and launched 5 Bush Weddings. She's a ex-local. That was very cool. And this is the point of difference for our library, I guess, compared to your cool spaces, the fact that we have a country university centre. This is a really interesting slide. The projection is the grey. So it was hoped that maybe at the end of the second year there would be 40 students enrolled. Halfway through this year, which is sort of the end of the first year, there were 80. So it's an amazing opportunity, space that has been created, and there's quite a lengthy video eating into my time to let you hear about that. So that's old space, new space. We have, in this slide, it says a casual administration assistant 2 days a week. That's already been extended to 3. The Learning Skills Advisor has been recruited, and they're recruiting now for a First Nations Community Engagement and Support Coordinator. So it's going full steam ahead, and I'll let them explain that to you.
It is said that education is the passport to our future, and it belongs to those people who prepare for it today. Blantyre Council covers an area of 31,000 square kilometres and has a population of 4,400 people. St George is our main service centre, and we're about 6 hours west of Brisbane along the banks of the Balonne River. Our shire covers the communities of Nindagully, Ballin, Mungandai, Bolan, Durrumbandi and Hebel. We acknowledge our rich Indigenous history, and we share a strong connection to country, our river lands and our wide open spaces. In 2018, the Blantyre Council set down our revitalised corporate plan, and it was a strong vision for our community. The first step was the notion of creating a space where we could celebrate lifelong learning, innovation, and bring together people to collaborate on ideas and ignite innovation. This materialised when we recently built our award-winning library hub in 2021. To improve the learning and educational outcomes, we knew our model had to be different. We needed to collaborate with the community and co-design a space that the community would use for a variety of purposes. And then we heard about the good work that Country University was doing. And during the period of 2018 to 2021, we worked with our community about how we could collaborate the idea into the hub. We touched base with our Indigenous community, the community elders, our schools, young people from the community. It was an opportunity to co-design a facility with our remoteness in mind to create a positive outcome for all corners of our community. Our model of the CUC also extends to Durrumbandi, which is about 100 kilometres south of St George and includes a population there of only 600 people.
Hi, I'm Lucy Seville, and I grew up on my family property 50 kilometres south of St George. I've decided to live, work and study in St George, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. I currently study a Bachelor of Sustainability, majoring in Community Engagement and Development. And this ties in well with my new part-time role as a Regional Engagement Officer for the Murray-Darling Basin Authority and the Department of Climate Change, Energy, Environment and Water. None of this would really be possible without the support and facilities that the Country University Centre provides. I can live in St George near my family and spend time with my youngest sister who is in grade 5. I love being able to pick her up from school, go to the bakery and get a snack, and then go to the library where she can read and I can study at the CUC. These are the things that I would miss out on if I had to relocate to the city.
Students who are studying externally, obviously they can be, well, the closest uni is about 400 kilometres away, so studying on campus presents a bit of a challenge in terms of financial barrier to actually get there, to relocate or to travel onto campus.
We provide local learners with the support, spaces and tools they need to study without leaving home. We know students need flexibility for that work-life study balance, so that's why we issue them fobs so they can access the centre from 5 a.m. till midnight, 7 days a week. There are many ways that we support our students, just from them being able to come in and have a chat and having someone always there, to that more formalised learning support and also providing those quiet spaces and that technology that they need. Another factor that I've found has organically happened from the centre is building that learning community. So informal study groups have come from our hub. We've been blown away by the number of students that we've ended up supporting through the centre. We've had 119 higher education and vocational education students register through the centre since we've started. 43% of our students have first in family to study through university. CEC is working on a number of complementary programs at the moment, one being a widening participation project, which is called the Regional Partnership Project Pool Program. We will co-design a program based on community needs with a partner university to help increase the rate of participation in higher education. We're also hoping to locally develop and deliver a language literacy and numeracy program. That program will be targeted at supporting future students, council and migrant workers, as well as our entire community.
They say that 9/10 of education is encouragement, and that's what we do well.
Just to finish, Alex, who you just saw, gave me this information before I left St George. There is a regional university centres tour, and if anybody is interested in getting that information to whoever they need to get it to, I have Alex's cards with me if you would like to grab one of those. That's it.